How you doing?
Good, I'm great. How are you?
It's awesome to have you guys back at Splash again. When last were you guys here?
2011, I think.
2011?
Yeah, so quite a while ago.
And I remember being here. It was an absolutely amazing show.
It's all, yeah, I mean, the Durban kind of crowd, or the crowd that Splashy Fan draws is very cool. Like, they're definitely there for the music, man. So it's nice.
I've spoken to a few bands over the last couple of days, and they've said the same thing.
Yeah.
Coming from Johannesburg, how do you find the KZN audience? I mean, like, are they different to other centres, or?
Yeah, this festival has always got a different feeling. I mean, I used to come here before we could even get on the bill. I would attend it as just a festival goer, and it's a different vibe, man. It's like it's very much about being in the nature and being one with just like at this festival. But the music is such a big part of it, Like it's definitely a music first festival.
Absolutely. Now I remember, this is going way back back to 2001, 2002, just after you guys released your first album.
Yeah.
Traveling down the coast with you guys. It was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
You guys have come a long way since then. You've done so much since then. You've achieved so much since then. There's been a few personnel changes as well in the band. How's your journey been? What's happened?
Man, it's been we're just one of those bands that just like, an album is brought out so we can tour. So we've just been on the road literally for the last 17 years or whatever, 16 years, So we've just come back from a massive European tour. So it's been going really well over there, and just brought out a new record called If You Don't, You Never Will. But from then until now, it's been just a huge roller coaster.
And tell me, from way back when, and I'm not going to focus on the past, I'm going to focus on the future, but the audience that you had back then versus the audience you have now, has it evolved, has it changed? Have you got a different type of audience today as what you did back then? Or, I'm talking about specifically age groups or whatever, or has it like been generally all over?
Yeah, I think it definitely changed. Like, I mean, a lot of the fans that they were coming to festivals as maybe virgins, and now they have like 3 kids, and they'll bring all their kids to the shows. So it's definitely that as well. But then there's that new sort of team as well, as like the teens are coming through. So yeah, it's constantly changing. It's constantly, you never know, and it's all about where you play.
Yeah. Now you guys released the album fairly recently. How's that going?
Amazing. I mean, this record has done really well. It's done like it's been sort of, people have been like really enjoying the record. So in terms of even in Europe, it's been doing really well, and we're just glad to see that. It's a constant progression as a band, and I think this album really shows that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that your immaturities fall away, and something like you start to learn how to do things better, and I think that's whatever it is. I think we'll continue to do that as a band.
Yeah, talking about the progression, we talk about songs like Hello, which is your breakthrough single.
Yeah.
And then we went on, and She Always Gets What She Wants, and then we've gone on to Ghosts.
Yeah.
You guys have generally, from a sound perspective, you guys have evolved, but you have remained in the circle. Yeah. Which is quite amazing. You haven't changed in your sound per se, but you guys have evolved as performers.
Yeah.
Per se.
Well, I mean, we've definitely. I mean, Neil's joined the band, and there's more of a synth element that's been added to the band. I think, in terms of what my voice is I think that's what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So the band is sort of the band, but the evolution is definitely in the songwriting, and but it's always been about that for us. So I think that's where the core fan is still with us. Based on it's about the songs.
So when people come to watch you at a festival like tonight, what can they look forward to? A little bit of the blend of the old.
Blend the old and new, yeah. I mean, we try and cater to like the younger, the newer fan to the older fan. So. It's kind of tricky sometimes because there's 7 albums. It's hard to figure out which ones to play all the time. So especially when you're playing a festival, like it's a shorter time. But we're playing in all of the old and mix of the new. Yeah.
Any exciting things coming up in the future? What can we look forward to? Where's Prime Circle going?
Yeah, we've just shot a DVD now at Teatro over 2 nights, which was great. There's EPK. We shot 2 music videos as well. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out. We're launching our online store. And we'll be touring locally and abroad as well, so people just check us out on Facebook and Twitter and all that.
Brilliant. One last question, because I know when I met you first, you were young in the industry, age-wise.
Yeah.
You've now obviously grown in the industry, you've matured. What advice would you give to a youngster that is trying to break into the industry, that has this desire to become Prime Circle or the next Ross?
Yeah.
Got any advice for someone like that?
I think enjoy it. You know, I think if you enjoy what you do, you're successful. So I think a lot of people put this pressure on, and they're constantly running around like headless chickens. And don't live in a world full of comparison as well. Comparing yourself to others all the time is just going to drive you mad. So I think just enjoy it and try and compare yourself to the best version of yourself, and keep pushing that. You know.
That's a great answer, but now I want to get a little bit more technical. You know, coming from a songwriting perspective.
Yeah.
How do you develop your craft as a songwriter specifically? Because I mean,
Yeah.
one of Prime Circle's strengths is obviously the songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your songs are very well written, they're very well produced, they're very well organized. There's got to be some. It's got to have started somewhere and developed into something.
Yeah, man. It's like you got to just be open to criticism. That's one thing. I think the best. A lot of people like this music business can breed arseholes, man. And I think a lot of people that get so involved in their own bubble that they don't realize that it's actually shit, you know. So I think being open to stuff like that, and I mean, I know for a fact I've written a lot of shit songs and released some shit songs as well.
I don't believe that for one second.
I think you got to write a lot of bad stuff to get to the good ones.
Yeah.
You know, no one's immune to that. So just keep writing and be open to criticism.
Personal question then: what is your favorite song you've ever written?
It's always on a new record. So like at the moment, my favorite song is a song called Innocent.
Okay.
And Weapons of War, but Ghost is still one of my favorites. I mean, Ghost
I'm
is
a big fan of Ghost.
Sure.
Yeah, I literally, you can ask anybody who knows me, I will play that song on repeat often.
Nice.
So what was the thinking process behind that? So I love the music video
Yeah.
as well. I thought the music video really captured the essence of the song.
Sure. Well, that was my directing debut, was that music video.
That's right, yes, absolutely.
So it was cool, and I started a company called Madhouse Concepts based around that. We've been working on stuff ever since, and it was such an amazing thing to put your creativity into something else.
Yeah.
But Ghost was about sort of dealing with depression and dealing with sort of mental disorders.
Yeah.
So I think that song is about sort of dealing with that ghost. And it took me a long time to realize that negative person wasn't me. And I think it's kind of cool. So you're dealing with a ghost, and sometimes you silence yourself because of what you perceive the world to think of you or whatever. So Ghost is sort of about dealing with something and fixing it. Yeah.
As you speak as a songwriter, I want to ask you this question. You speak about ghosts being representative of depression and stuff like that. And I'm sure a lot of times you get in contact with people and they ask you, or they think the song means something else.
Yeah.
Something totally different to what you're. What is your thought process behind it? Is it like, does it make sense to you?
I love
Do you get offended by that?
No, I love it. I usually don't tell people what songs are about. I think with Ghost is because it's such a specific thing, but a lot of people don't see Ghost that way at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's good. I want people to take their own mind, and it's nice to see when people come to you and they tell you another story, and you go, "Wow, I never thought about it like that." And then it's actually some people have done that where I've started playing older songs again because I started hating the songs because of certain maybe memories or whatever, and then they've explained it in a different way, and then I've added it back to the set list. Because it's now like I can see their story, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic to know.
Yeah.
So, your message then, obviously, youngsters, have fun.
Have
enjoy
fun.
it,
Don't live in comparison all the time, and try and live in.
Take criticism.
Yeah, take criticism and try and live in the moment.
And just keep writing.
Yeah, you write as much as you freaking can. Yeah.
Ross, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to your shows now because if it's
Thanks, Al.
anything like it was in 2011, it's going to be mind blowing.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun.